DirecTV Stream brings your live TV and on-demand favorites together like never before, so you can get all the entertainment you love without the hassle. And there's no annual contract. Get your TV together at directtv.com. Compatible device required. Content varies by package.
Welcome, everybody, to the
I'm Fat podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawaski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen in Schaumburg, and I Love Fries in Villa Park. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawaski. Jay, at the time we are recording, it's good to get to talk to you and also see something that we haven't seen much of this week.
Our toes?
The sun.
Oh, yes.
The sun is actually out, which is actually making this problematic because it is peak, have the sun just blaring in on my living room time of the day. So it's almost got the feeling of when you first enter the car when it's cold outside, but you just open the door and sit down. So trying my best to balance ye old temperature in here so that I'm not a sweaty mess by the end of the podcast after I already showered.
Well, the sun has not made it to Homewood yet, so it looks like it's looked for a week, and I don't see any signs of that ending. It's just like, how much water can there be? This is my question. At some point, doesn't the water run out? Is that a thing?
No, because the ice caps keep melting, so it keeps giving us more water.
I guess so.
That way, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that is a different podcast.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us. We always appreciate it. Follow us on all of our socials at I'm Fat Pod. By the way, my social changed. My Twitter handle is now at Jay Zawaski.
Oh,
no more
look
670.
at you.
I found
Big
a
shooter.
Yeah, I found somebody at Twitter that was actually like responsive to an email and helpful.
Nice.
Yeah, and they did that for me. So it's just at Jay Zawaski. You don't have to change anything. Just if you don't follow me yet, though, that's where I'm at. Is the T Public sale still going on? I gotta look. It's probably not by Monday, so I'm probably wasting my breath. But they happen all the time. So if you're looking for some I'm Fat podcast merch, head over to our T Public shop. That link is in our bio. If you can't find the link in our bio somehow, just scroll through to any of our sales tweets or Facebook posts or whatever, and that link will take you there. But a lot of people jumping on those sales, so thank you for that. What else we got to say? I think that's everything, right? Oh, yeah, email us, imfatpod@gmail.com, and call the Fat Phone, 708-858-3314. Rick, we're actually recording this before Halloween, but it's going to post after Halloween, so I'm going to pretend like this actually happened. Okay. Rick, yesterday was Halloween.
Yes, Jay, it was.
On Friday night, I realized, we have failed to purchase Halloween candy because we've both been crazy busy. Me and Hope have been super busy. So I was at the Target, and there was nothing left. Really? Like, all that was on the shelves was what used to be the box that held the candy, like the cardboard cutout boxes.
And like anything left that had dots involved.
Yeah,
the variety pack.
Yes, bad stuff was left. Yeah. However, I found like abandoned in 2 aisles, 2 bags equaling, I think, like 165 pieces of candy.
Okay.
Listen to the assortment I was able to put together from 2 of the last bags in Target.
Okay.
Snickers peanut butter. I know you hate it. Sure. Crunch, Baby Ruth, 100 grand, Butterfinger, and 3 Musketeers.
I mean, for the normal person, that is a really, really good mix. I know it's not necessarily for me. However, that's a good variety of stuff.
Well, the only thing in there you don't like are Snickers and, you don't like, I always forget Butterfinger's peanut butter. I don't know why my brain doesn't make that connection.
Especially when the first part of it is butter.
Shut up. I know it is. But butter's a thing, too. There's apple butter. There's butter. There's Butterworth, Mrs.
There's Butters.
There's Butters. Yes, there's all sorts of butter varietals. But yes, my mind never takes me to peanut butter, but you're right. Okay. But still, I got the 100 grand, which you love.
Yes, that's my favorite chocolate bar, period.
Yeah, I was very pleased to walk out of there. And then I got $5 off for picking up my diabetes medicine. So,
Nice.
I got it for dirt cheap. So I'm very pleased with the Halloween candy I'm handing out tomorrow/yesterday if you're listening to the podcast on Monday.
Yeah, for me, it's in my building. There's not a ton of kids, so pretty much it's our neighbor, one of our neighbors, will bring their son by, and that's about it. So I'm sure today, and by today I mean definitely not before Halloween.
Yes.
I will be picking up like a bag of something just to be able to be like, hey, take a handful of stuff.
Look, if you've got one or maybe two potential groups of kids coming, you've got to be the guy with the full-size candy bars. You just got to do it.
that's
And then
true.
if they don't come, you've got a whole bunch of full-size candy bars
Oh,
around
darn.
the house. Yep.
That's a great idea. Then I can be the person that was the entire neighborhood apparently our guy Dan Bernstein grew up with, because that was a thing yesterday, and by yesterday I definitely don't mean Friday. On the score was talking about everybody's favorite Halloween candy, and Dan talking about hey, Dan grew up not doing too bad for himself. Good on his
What?
family. Yeah, right.
I thought he was
So,
from these hard Scrabble streets.
You had to do a crossword fully to be able to get out without getting pounded by somebody. No, not that. No, but like it's like, yeah, all these, the people that would give out all these full-size candy bars and the king size and whatever, and all of us are looking at him like, was there a check wrapped around that or what?
Yeah,
Because
really.
For us, it was like, yeah, grab your one fun size and get out of here, kid.
Here's a fun size. And now they're not even fun size. Now they're like melted ice cube sized. It's literally just a little square now. The $100,000 though, and I'll save you a handful of them maybe. They are closer to fun size, or at least rectangular and not square.
That's good.
Yeah, they're good. We did crack into the bag last night and we're like, let's have a few before Halloween.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you got to make sure that nobody messed with any of them.
Yeah, I got to check for razor blades. Did you see, by the way, the new stupid ass meme going around that people are going to be handing out edibles to children to try to fool them? Listen, there's no way I'm giving some kid any of my edibles. That shit is expensive.
It is.
It's not happening. No, there's a reason I keep it in the highest cabinet in my house. I don't want my kid mistaking my edibles for actual candy.
Right. Okay, whatever, how the kid reacts to it, sure. But yeah, that's expensive and it's yours.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
But I have to go get more. That just like made me think of like something else I got to put on the old list for the weekend.
Well, with your new job, you need them. I'll tell you that.
Yes, I do.
They've been very helpful for me throughout the years.
Yes.
So, anyway, Friday night, as I'm shopping for candy and all that stuff,
Which definitely wasn't last night, for the record.
right? I'm like, well, I'm eating by myself because Addie had her first speech tournament and she did really well. So I'm super proud of her. She worked really hard. But I had dinner to myself. I'm like, I haven't had forever. I haven't had B-dubs. So it's 5:00 and I'm getting into Target. I open up the app, place my order. It's like, your food will be ready at 5:40. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of a long time, but I'll just kind of putz around Target here and
Yeah, and
kill
end
some
up
time.
spending
and-
a couple $100.
Yeah. So
This is Target.
did that, got to B-dubs at exactly like 5:37. And like, oh, your order was not going to be ready for another 25 minutes. I go,
Oh.
it says right here, 5:40. Like, oh, well, the thing just came in like 6 minutes ago for us. I'm like, well, I ordered it at like it says here when I sent the order. Like, okay, well, can we make it better? Like, can we throw in a couple extra boneless wings? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I usually I do half my order is the original buffalo, which is a new-ish flavor from them, like probably within the last year or two. And it's a really buttery, like traditional buffalo flavor. It's spicy, but not killer, but it's just really tasty. And then I do half of the Desert Heat dry rub.
Okay.
Which I really like. The Desert Heat is great. So, and then they gave me 6 extra. I didn't know what it was going to be, but they did it. So, get home, and I open up the first 2, and they're both Desert Heat. I'm like, okay, cool. So, the third one must be a buffalo. It's a buffalo dry rub.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was kind of like, oh, this isn't what I ordered. And I don't know, like, that's a very artificial flavor. Like, that's created through, like, the desert heat is, I think, is a combination of spices. Mm-hmm. Whereas the buffalo is like a manufactured buffalo spice.
Right.
It wasn't awful, but I was kind of bummed out to not have my saucy wings. And then I get home and it's like, thanks for claiming your reward. I'm like, I didn't claim a reward. It said I claimed a reward in the app for 5 tenders and fries. I'm like, I didn't do that.
Whoa.
So, and that's like a giant cash out on your rewards app. It's like 1,700 points or something. So I've got to email them again and be like, hey, here's my experience. It was 25 minutes late. It was the wrong order. And then it took rewards I didn't use. Other than that, everything was great.
Go Bears.
Yeah. I got the wedges, though. The potato wedges are delicious.
Yeah, the potato wedges are really good. Yeah, I think it just feeds into what we've been saying, that B-dubs has been passed. Maybe not for the if you're dining in experience. Obviously, that's better than like a Wingstop. But if you're just getting wings to go, like, Wingstop is far and away better.
There's no doubt about it. And they've got, if you use the Wingstop app, there's awesome deals. Like, we get 30 wings for like $29 or something. Like, it's like, maybe it's $31 after tax. It feeds the 3 of us, and we've got lunch for the next day at least.
Nice.
And like, I should have just gone there, because you order from the Wingstop app, it's like your order will be ready in 11 minutes. It's very precise. It's like 11 or 21. It's one of those two. Probably 21 makes more sense.
Yeah.
But had I ordered from Target, I could have gotten to Matson, gotten my wings, and gotten home before I stood in B-dubs for like 35 minutes.
Yeah, I can't even think of the last time I went to B-dubs. And I have one close.
Yeah.
Like, I just have had zero desire to go there. When I want wings, I'll normally, now mind you, I have not had the Wingstop app, so that will be changing.
Oh yeah, do that.
But on like Mondays and Tuesdays, it's 70-cent wings. So I'm like, yes, I'll be doing that.
I'm trying to see if I can pull up the precise thing, because we just get the same thing every time, and they save your order. So it's like, this is what you order usually. Order again. I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah, yes,
you know me.
That would be lovely.
Yeah. So I want to try those thighs, by the way, from there. 30 wings. The subtotal is $28.78.
That's not bad at all.
And it comes with like a I don't eat ranch, but Hope and Addie do, and it's like 6 giant dipping cups of ranch. Like, it's definitely it's $31.66 all paid out the door.
Yeah, if I remember right, the only thing that I was kind of iffy on with Wingstop was I got the barbecue wings once, and it was just like almost like too much sauce.
Okay.
But like, if that's the worst thing, then you're doing just fine. It's going to be delicious.
I just can't praise those lemon pepper wings enough.
Yeah, dude.
And people were just like, try them. I'm like, why? I don't want that flavor. Like, it's not the profile I want. It is the best thing ever.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's so good. It is so good. So if you've not had Wingstop the lemon pepper, get it. I promise you won't be disappointed. You'll wish you had ordered more. It's that good.
Yeah, it really is. Like, that's part of my standard order now when I go there. It's been the half lemon pepper and half Louisiana dry rub.
Oh, damn it. I forgot to get that last time.
Yeah, it is. It's really freaking good. Like, it's to the point where I don't miss barbecue. And for me to have a meal involving chicken and not miss barbecue is really saying something.
I don't do barbecue wings. I don't really know why. I just don't. I feel like barbecue chicken and wings are a different thing. I don't.
Okay.
It's just a weird. Maybe I'll try it next time. I should try like a honey barbecue or a spicy barbecue or something, just to see how it goes. Next time I'm eating alone, I'll do that. You know what else is good, Rick? As I go poorly to a segue to a sponsor.
Sure.
Mazda of Orland Park. You're looking for a new car?
Oh.
That's the place to go. Mazda of OrlandPark.com.
I didn't know that was the way you were going with that one.
Oh, yeah. 708-444-3200. I drive my Mazda CX-5. I love it. Just was there last 2 weeks ago for service. Car's running like a dream. Absolutely phenomenal. Love the service. That's the thing. Like, you can go buy a car anywhere, right? Like, you can walk in and here's a bunch of cars and someone's gonna hound you until you buy or run out the door screaming because you're being pressured. That's not the experience at Mazda of Orland Park. They're gonna help you when you want it. They're not gonna pressure you, and when you do decide to buy, they're gonna be there for you for the entire car ownership experience. And that's been my experience there, and that's why when I'm ready to buy a car again, I will be going back to Mazda of Orland Park. Call Eric Vates, 708-444-3200, or visit them 8910 West 159th Street in Orland Park. Mazda of Orland Park.com. I just murphed you. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I was just .com. It's like, shut up.
You never had the pleasure. You never had the pleasure.
I know, but I listened, and like, I don't know why I listened, because that always bothered me. They're like, we get it. You're trying to like feign excitement and whatever, but like, shut up.
Yeah.
At least with that thing. Anyway, stepping off of my soapbox, one thing I tried this week, it's kind of a result of the new shift of like being at the station in the morning. I'm like, okay, I don't really have much breakfast at home at the moment, which is going to be something I have to change. So I went up to the kitchen that we have, and I tried the Belvita crackers that are like the blueberry ones that are basically supposed to like taste like a blueberry muffin. Let me tell you, they taste like a blueberry muffin.
They are good.
They are really good. I was surprised because, you know, trying to get that flavor into like something different, I was a little skeptical of, but it 100% works. Now, I have no idea if these are actually healthy or just like the fake kind of healthy, because, you know, I still followed my standard operating procedure of never, ever looking at nutritional facts.
Good move.
So I couldn't tell you either way, but I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday, I grabbed a package of those, and then each morning after that, I grabbed a package of those because they were delicious.
I think if this is your breakfast, is this your breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. So it is not great for a midday snack, as I said to you in our pre-show conversation. 8 grams of fat, which isn't awful, 36 carbs, and 13 sugars. So that's a lot of carbs for 4 little biscuits. But they are really good, and it's probably better for you than going and grabbing a candy bar. Like, there is actual, like, some nutritional value to it, as opposed to going and getting 2 Twinkies or the generic Twinkies we have up there that I call Twonkies. Because they're not necessarily Hostess. They're probably Dolly Madison. They're just called
something like that.
Yellow Cake Spheres or something like that.
Yellow Cake Spheres.
Those are great because I can fit them up my sleeve so no one can see me walking with them through the building.
That was the great thing about it being summer, was that I was wearing the shorts with the cargo pants, so I could just hope that there'd be no sound, because then nobody would get to see what I purchased outside of the drink.
Yeah. There's a couple other breakfast options up there, though, up at the Temptation Island Cafe.
Yeah, and that's a great term for it, because there's always something that just like sticks out to you. It's like, oh, maybe that. Oh, yeah, maybe the what was it? The grandma whatever's cookies, like the little.
I think it's just grandma's.
Is it just grandma's cookies, like the vanilla ones with the cream in there?
Yep.
Yeah, those are great. Or maybe it'll be your nacho cheese, your like nacho Doritos or whatever. Like, it is. There's something every single time that sticks out to me as like, yes, I would like that. And no, not every time is it the double-decker oatmeal cream pie, which does count as breakfast because it's oatmeal.
Oatmeal, yes. And it's also dessert because it's pie.
Right.
That was Shep had that every day, by the way, the double stack oatmeal cream pie. So I don't know if we've explained recently the vending machine situation at the Score and / WBBM. So we go up a floor, and there is basically like store shelves built. And everything's loose. Like, it's not behind glass. You don't have to like punch a number to get it. You just grab what you want, you scan it into the kiosk, and then you can then put your thumbprint if you'd like to pay that way.
No thanks.
I just tap my card, and you're out the door. So we've got like 2 coolers full of drinks, and there's like, you know, iced coffee and Coke and Pepsi and Gatorade and whatever else waters are in there. Yep. Then there's your salty snacks, and then there's the sweet like there's There is a few like Little Debbie like zebra cakes are in there, and the oatmeal cream pies you mentioned.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. And then there's full-size candy bars.
Yep.
And then there's medicine like Advil and Imodium and like the sort of things you might need at work on a short notice. So it's really cool. But it's very tempting. It's always a 10-minute trip when I head upstairs because I just stand there staring at everything like, okay, what do I want? I want salty. Do I want sweet? What can I combine? Like, what's going to go well? Like, what's the drink to get with this order? It's very, very. It's a stressful situation.
Yeah, and there's nowhere to stand to where someone could like just not notice you because you're either standing on either side of like because like there's a hallway that splits that area in half.
Right.
And you're either standing on either side of it or so where whoever is sitting up, like eating lunch or using the kitchen or whatever, the actual kitchen in there, like they can see you, or you're standing in the middle of it where there's like a partition that does block you off to the kitchen. But then if anybody who like works in that hallway looks outside, they can totally see you standing there looking over your options and questioning life.
Yeah, it's always a challenge, and I usually always make a bad decision. You know, like, what should I get? I'll get Twinkies.
Yeah,
such an idiot.
There are better decisions than Twinkies. Like, there's a lot of good options there.
Are there Pop-Tarts up there?
There at least used to be. I don't know if there are right now.
Well, there's a breakfast option for you.
That's true. Now, one thing that they did up there, and last time they had refilled it, I appreciated that they put in, like with the candy bars, the guy is pretty ignorant and just like dumps the box in there.
Yes.
Which like I totally get because you don't want to have to try and arrange all of those and whatever. But he put in a box of $100,000, which was amazing. But then when it was empty, it just got replaced. I don't even know if it got replaced. They just shuffled something like extra of something else over there.
It feels like he kind of gets what he gets.
Yeah.
But I've seen him up there and I've requested stuff and he's done it. Like when I asked him for I actually want a Gatorade Zero, but I misspoke and said G2. And then he got like 3 rows of G2 for me.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, well, he got this for me, so I'm going to drink it. I promised him I would drink it. So next time I see him, I'm going to say, I meant Gatorade Zero and see if you can get orange and lemon lime and I'll just buy you out every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I like that thing. It's just, I don't know. I'm curious about how that thing works. Like, did this guy just invent this service and does he just like go to Walmart and buy stuff and bring it in? I don't know. But it's really cool. I like it. It's way better than your typical vending machine that you have to spend half your time like cross-checking because your food's not falling out. That's the only time I'll talk about hockey on this podcast, by the way. Thank you very much.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good thing. So I've been trying to, like, what I've noticed since taking the new job is I'm spending way too much money on food.
Okay.
Because I'm getting coffee and breakfast from Starbucks, and then I'm getting lunch. And then so I'm trying to bring more stuff from home. So that's my new thing. So I actually ordered a coffee maker, like a $20 coffee maker I'm going to put in my office. And then I'll probably just choose one meal a day to pay for. And I feel like if I have the coffee there, I'll probably just get a box of these Belvitas or something else to have instead of giving Starbucks $8 every morning. And then, downtown lunch, even if you go get fast food, you're looking at $12-13 probably by the end of the day.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Yeah. So speaking of that, yesterday I sent you a picture.
Yes, you did.
I went to McDonald's and I talked on last week's podcast, if you missed it, about how in my brain people are shaming me, even though it's not really happening. So I'm very self-conscious when I'm carrying my McDonald's from the Aon Center back to the Prudential building. I always feel like people are looking at me like, wow, look at he got McDonald's. What a fat monster. So yesterday I get
No, they don't call you fat.
Thank you. The other part I can live with. No. So I'm walking. I place my order: 10 nuggets, fries, and a large Diet Coke. My typical go-to. They must have run out of boxes for the nuggets, so they gave me what was basically the equivalent of a Dunkin' Donuts Munchkin box.
Yeah.
And they put my nuggets in there. I'm like, I'm trying to not look fat.
Say that properly.
I'm trying to not look fat.
Thank you.
And it doesn't work when you put my food in a bucket. It's not helpful, McDonald's. I know it was a supply problem, but I did not need the trough for my 10 nuggets. Just throw them in a bag for me next time. So I don't, oh my God. So I had, that was in a big, so it comes in the Munchkin size box. They put that in a plastic bag, then put my fries in a separate bag. I have to start doing the thing in public now where I order 2 drinks so people think it's for more than just me.
Yep. People still bring that up. It's so funny that like that's something that really stuck with people. Like your last day at the score when you were just getting showered with praise and you loved every minute of it.
It's great.
When Joe Ostrowski mentioned it and just like couldn't get over how funny that was. I'm like, hey man, you do what you have to do.
Yeah, it's the life we live and it's the life we choose, and it's probably a problem, but hey, I don't feel bad for it. It's just usually I want 2 drinks anyway.
Right.
Because I have found, by the way, have you noticed this too, where let's say you get like a Coke to go from wherever, and then you bring it home and you have a Coke at home and you fill up the cup. Yeah. That like a 12-ounce can basically fills a large McDonald's cup. I think it's kind of a big scam.
Oh, it probably is. Because they put so much ice in there.
Yes, they do.
See, my way, though, to, get back at the man, because this is clearly going to make an impact, is I'll just keep the cup and I'll just, like, suck on the ice. So I'm not biting it and, like, hurting my teeth necessarily, but I'm just, like, kind of take the ice cubes and just let them melt in my mouth.
Sure. That's the go-to right there. Then you got poppy wet hands when you're driving, but hey, that's why you keep hand sanitizer in your car. No other reason. That's it.
Exactly.
It's just to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, one other candy note while we were talking about the candy is brought up before that the lime Skittle is making its way back.
Yes.
We have gotten visual confirmation of lime Skittles in the wild.
Nice.
This was reportedly at Target. So I can't guarantee it because I don't know if every location's gotten them yet or how they're doing it. But there are Target locations that have Skittles bags with lime green Skittles.
That's great news.
I will be picking one up. And by one, I mean probably 2.
And by 2, I mean probably 20.
Right. So that's just an encouraging follow-up to know that this was no scam. This is actually happening, and it's happening now.
That's awesome. I'm very happy for you. I know Snickers are your favorite thing.
And by Snickers, you mean Skittles.
Yes, I don't know why I said Snickers. Skittles are your thing.
Yes,
and you love them.
They really are. I love Skittles more than most.
But lime Skittles are... I can't understand like why that was the one they decided to get rid of.
Like to me, the best purpose of the lemon Skittle is to pair with other flavors. I'll pair the lemon, like I'll go yellow with red, yellow with purple, yellow with green when it was lime, and I'm very happy. The orange, I don't know why. Orange is my least favorite Skittle. But so the orange is kind of like off in the hinterlands by itself, but the rest of them work well together. Or if I want to just, separate all the colors and do it that way, I'll do that too.
Yeah, I like when you do that. I like to when we were working together and you would sort your Skittles. Yeah. It was...
Yeah, that was a very OCD thing.
You were like the, like the pharmacist has like the little stick to like sort out the... Yes. Yeah, you would just sort your purples and your reds and your yellows and your oranges. Mm-hmm. It was adorable. I do that sometimes too. There's nothing wrong with that. It was adorable. It was adorable.
Yeah, I don't know why that's always been my thing. Yeah, I have some like very like OCD tendencies, and that is one of them.
Well, good for you. That's, at least you're aware. Self-awareness is the key. That's what we need. So, by the way, we've got a big event coming up at Schmaltz. I forgot to mention this. Charlie the Bacon Guy's place in Naperville. There's going to be an eating contest on December 4th. Rick and I are going to MC it. There is a giant sandwich, salami, pastrami, corned beef, coleslaw, Swiss cheese, and schmaken, which is the beef bacon they have at Schmaltz. It's a $50 entry fee for the eating contest. All proceeds going to the World Wildlife Fund. $100 gift card and a Schmaltz t-shirt for first place. $50 gift card for second. $25 gift card for third. We will send that info on our social media when appropriate, but mark that date in your calendar. December 4th, 2:30 p.m. at Schmaltz. That address for Schmaltz is 1512 North Naper Boulevard in Naperville. So join us on December 4th for that. And of course, make sure you've got all the time in the world to go try the I'm Fat Burger and the I'm Fat Pizza at Fredo's Culinary Kitchen. You need to get there. I need to get there. We all need to get there. 628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg. I know like a lot of people who have listened to this podcast have had the I'm Fat Burger and the I'm Fat Pizza. Go back. Try some other stuff too, because you're not going to be disappointed. It's absolutely phenomenal. From the giant mozzarella sticks to the Cajun bites Rick recommends to pretty much everything on the menu, you're going to love Fredo's Culinary Kitchen. So go there, try them, tell them the I'm Fat podcast sent you. And, you know, just even if you've had the I'm Fat Burger and pizza before, just order them again too. You know, you need some road food for the way home.
Absolutely. Well, and also, if you had it originally, now slightly different. Oh no, it's brisket. So
That's be the new name of the sandwich.
yeah.
Oh no, it's brisket.
No. So, you know, it's technically a little bit of a different sandwich. So you can just be like, well, I had it before. I just have to do some quality control again and just try it again. So, oh darn, I'm just going to have to try this sandwich now that it has brisket on it.
Yeah, nothing's ever been made worse by brisket.
Facts.
Yeah, and you could, you know, if you're a Mark Zuckerberg, you could just pull your bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's off your bookshelf. And bring it. Did you see that?
Yes, I
What
can't
the hell's
decide.
happening?
I cannot decide if this is like, is this real or is this just like with all these rich people? Like, is he an investor or something to where it's like, okay, this is just solid product placement? But like, I saw that and I was like, damn, I never thought of that.
For our Zoom backgrounds, you and me just have like various sauces on the wall. It is,
yeah, it's just like all over that. Like, it's almost like a Where's Waldo of sauces.
Yes, it's so strange because, first of all, Mark Zuckerberg is. I'm not convinced he's a human being. I think he might be like an alien or something. And his house or wherever he was as sterile as you would imagine, just like tan and sky blue and just like very muted, neutral tones. Nothing really artistic or experimental in any way. And then behind him,
and he's not even a fat alien.
No,
like that's the other thing.
And then behind him on his bookshelf, there's a randomly placed, seemingly unopened bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, like holding up some books, which may not even be real books. They might be like the cardboard box shape of books for these staging scenes. But I don't know. Maybe they were just having lunch on set and someone just left it there and didn't notice. Because you see, remember like in Game of Thrones, there was like a Starbucks cup in one scene that they missed. Like it happens from time to time. Maybe that's what happened is they were having lunch on the set. Somebody had Sweet Baby Ray's and they put it on the shelf temporarily and forgot to take it down. But it sort of humanized Mark Zuckerberg for me a little bit. So he's 1%
maybe that was
human.
his maybe that was his plan.
I enjoy barbecue sauce on my microchips. Weirdo.
Did you hear the less drop about that?
No.
So I don't know how it came up. I just heard like the shorter version of the drop where it's like, and now Facebook is called Meta. And that has 2 vowels and 2 consonants. And that's how that works.
Well, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
I mean, it's an accurate description of the word meta.
Yes.
So help me with this. Is Facebook now changing to Meta, or is Meta now
it's just like the parent, the company. It's almost like Facebook is a part of Meta.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has to be some sort of like monopoly avoiding thing, I would imagine.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. Okay. Because I found out yesterday that the company that owns Google is called Alphabet.
Really?
I've never heard of that.
Neither have I.
Yeah. So it seems like kind of a scheme to avoid taxes or something, probably. That's probably what it is.
That wouldn't surprise me.
No, not at all. Oh, Rick, I know you're not a wrestling guy, despite going to IMS.
Yes.
Where it is required that you watch wrestling.
Seriously, literally everybody.
So
I knew nobody that I had no friends that were like actually big time wrestling people. And yes, I had friends overall, just not ones that liked wrestling, for the record. And then I go to IMS and it's like, I am the only person that has never really watched wrestling.
Yeah, you are the guy, and you fit the mold so well for so many reasons, but that's beside the point. So me and my buddy Mike are watching AEW Rampage on Friday night, and you may have heard of Daniel Bryan. That's the okay, that guy. He moved to AEW, and now he goes by his real name, Bryan Danielson, because Daniel Bryan.
Jesus Christ.
So weird. Anyway, he's fighting this dude, and they're just doing the chest chop, like over and over again, right? Like, you know how they do that, like in the corner?
I tried to get, never mind.
Yeah. Maybe. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like the
Yes.
backhanded slap, and it makes a lot of noise, and it's really impactful, and the crowd always cheers. So Daniel Bryan had this done to him probably like 75 times in the course of the match. And as the match was going on, his chest was getting redder and redder, and like around where his shoulder meets his chest was getting bruised from like the whipping motion and a little bit cut up from the fingernails. Like there was definitely like impact, and it was gross. So there was a scene where he like had his arms up. He was sitting down with his arms up on the ropes, like recovering.
Yeah.
And you see very clearly this like totally destroyed, like bloody bruised chest, and what cuts in is an ad for the Chipotle smoked brisket. So like the graphic
it looks way too similar.
Yes. So the graphic like zooms in, and then the wrestling action goes to like half screen. So you've got a close up of the smoked brisket and a close up of the chest injury right next to each other. Me and my buddy looked at each other, and we just had the same thought, like that is horrible timing to have the smoked brisket ad up as Daniel Bryan's chest is like bloody and bruised. Man, that wrestling match, that was brutal, though. They had the last match of the night was two female wrestlers, and like the bag of thumbtacks came out where they just pour them out on the mat and like throw each other on them. But then one girl grabbed a handful of thumbtacks and jammed them in the other girl's mouth. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, dude, it was brutal. And Eddie's like, I want to watch the end of this match before bed. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. I didn't realize that was going to happen. Yeah. And I think she was slightly traumatized. But she'll be fine. She's probably fine, right?
Yeah.
We'll find out in 10 to 15 years.
Rub some dirt on it.
Seriously.
That's why like my mom would have never, and that's how I found out why we never watched wrestling, because as I found out later in life, my dad loved wrestling, but my mom refused to ever let us watch it. So that's why, like, Mondays and Fridays, if there was nothing else going on, my dad would be just, like, chilling, watching TV in his bedroom while we'd be out in the living room watching whatever we were watching.
Well, I've seen thumbtack matches before. I've seen some violent stuff. But seeing the visual of her taking a handful, like, holding the girl's head back and then dropping thumbtacks in her mouth, that was a lot.
Yeah.
I was even like, oh, okay, well, there will be blood now, and there was a lot of it. So it was quite a thing. Very entertaining.
And that's what matters.
Yeah, exactly. All right, is it time to ask the Fats?
It is.
Do you want an all-star team? Well, you need an all-star hiring partner. You need Indeed. Get started right now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Indeed is a hiring partner that gets you what you really want, a short list of quality candidates as fast as possible. Indeed is an unbelievably powerful hiring partner where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Get a $75 credit at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Don't struggle on your own to find quality candidates. Indeed got you. Don't even worry about it. They can help you hire the right people right now. Indeed partners with you every step of the hiring process so you can find talent with the skills you need through tools like Indeed Instant Match, assessments, and virtual interviews. Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Offer valid through December 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat, as always, is brought to you by our friend Charlie the Bacon Guy, who's with us with the latest bacon report, and you're going to want to listen closely to some of the flavors this week.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, rosemary pepper garlic, apple butter, chorizo, and Korean barbecue. Bacon jams, the original, the bourbon, the apple butter, and the habanero bacon jam. If you wanted to get a custom flavor ready for Christmas, got a couple weeks left to get those orders in. The gift of bacon is by far the best gift of all, but t-shirts, hockey jerseys, and stickers are also available. Keep an eye out for some new flavors coming in the next week or so. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy. Back to you.
Yeah, you heard Charlie. Chorizo bacon.
Oh my God.
Yes. If you'd like a sneak peek of this, by the way, we put it on our Instagram and on the fan page. And
it's not safe for work.
I have never seen a social media reaction to a post like I've seen to the chorizo bacon post, the before and afters. Mm-hmm. And Charlie wrote us after he made it and said, I should have been making this forever. This is absolutely unbelievable. So Jay, stop talking. Tell people how to get it. Yeah, you're going to want to send him a DM on Instagram at Charlie the Bacon Guy. You can send him an email, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com, or hit him up on Twitter at CZTheBaconGuy. You heard about all the flavors that are available. Just hit rewind if you want to hear them again. But reach out. He can do some custom flavors. If you get to him soon, you've got an idea ahead of the holidays, you're going to want to get in soon because he's going to get busy as Christmas approaches. You want to make sure your order is guaranteed. By the way, the jalapeno garlic I'm Fat Podcast Special Edition bacon is still available. Make sure you get some of that. There's only a couple pounds left, so if you've been waiting to try that, do it. That is my favorite Charlie the Bacon, so get yourself some of the I'm Fat Podcast jalapeno garlic. It's phenomenal. Shipping anywhere in the lower 48 states is a flat fee of $15. If you live in the Western Burbs, he can deliver to you personally, or he can meet you somewhere in the middle. But that flat rate of $15 means order more. Order a lot. Get a group order going. Ask your friends. Ask your family. What do you guys want? Let's get a bunch for the holidays. Who would want bacon for Christmas? And just place a giant order and save on shipping. Instead of placing 2, 3, 4 orders, you're just doing one with that flat shipping rate. That is the fat hack of the day. So make sure you do that again. Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram, charliethebaconguy@gmail.com, and CZ the Bacon Guy on the old Twitty.
Okay. So I always imagine people that like meet up at like a middle location with Charlie.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's meet in this parking lot towards the back. Look for the SUV, like park 2 rows away.
Yeah.
Wait for the flash of the lights, and then we'll meet in the middle. Put the money down. I will put the bacon down. And we slowly walk in a circular pattern around. So like it's like this weird.
Yeah.
It's basically like a drug deal.
Also,
but of deliciousness.
Charlie's wearing a trench coat and nothing else.
Right.
That's all part of the experience.
Right. He came straight from the prairie path.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you get yourself some bacon. You'll be happy you did. We are thawing out our bacon for tomorrow morning. Cannot wait. So get some Charlie the Bacon Guy bacon because it's phenomenal. All right, let's get to the fat phone. If you want to leave us a message, 708-858-3314.
Hey guys, it's Jason from Oshkosh. Now that it's getting a little bit cooler out and Halloween movies are starting to come in, some bigger Dune, some other movies like that are coming out, what are your guys' go-to for a movie, either at home or at the theater? Personally, I always make sure that I have a soda of some sort, popcorn, butter flavoring, of course, and to top it off, a box of dots. Just in case I get the shell of popcorn stuck in my tooth somewhere, I'm not going to have to struggle the entire movie to try to get it out. I can just pop a dot in there, should usually pull it right out, back to some more feasting during the movies. Love the pod. Thanks, guys.
That dots hack is inspired.
It's a great idea.
Because you're right. If you're having popcorn, you're definitely going to get stuck, and then you're going to spend, the whole third act trying to remove the kernel, and you're going to miss the whole damn movie. So, yeah, you want to...
Third act?
Yeah, it takes a long time.
The kernel!
It gets stuck in your tooth, and you need the dots to get it out. That's really smart.
And then the dot will, depending on how old the dot is, it will pull out your entire tooth, and then the problem's gone.
Right. Well, that's one less place for it to get stuck. No, for me at the movies, as soon as I walk in, I'm intoxicated by the smell of popcorn. So that's an automatic. If I do ever mix it up, I'll do Reese's Pieces. Those are my favorite. And then for some reason, they're not really good. But when I'm at the movies, sometimes I crave Snow Caps.
Really?
Which is basically just candy coated chocolate chips.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird, like, this is something I don't normally want, but because I'm at the movies, I want this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of like peanuts when I'm at a baseball game.
Yeah.
I don't really sit around and eat peanuts, but when I'm at a baseball game, sometimes I want that. But I think it's just because it occupies you and it keeps you satiated throughout the entire time. You know, because it takes a long time to eat a whole bag of peanuts.
Okay, when I go to the movies, I need some form of pop, either like a Coke or a Sprite. Pep. More likely than not, I'll get like a small popcorn because I will also get Bunch of Crunch.
Oh, that's a good move too.
I love Bunch of Crunch for the movies. It's perfect because it's not loud in the box necessarily. So when you're like tipping it over to try and get more out, you're not necessarily bothering people.
Yeah.
And it's also just delicious. And it's clearly just logistically, it's much better for the movies. So, and I actually, if I had to choose between a Nestle Crunch bar and Bunch of Crunch, I'm choosing Bunch of Crunch.
Wow. Do you ever do the thing where you pour the candy into the popcorn?
No.
I know a lot of people do that. I've never done it. I just kind of, I don't know, I'm a purist that way.
Yep.
But I'm not criticizing. I've never done it. I should try it sometime. I should just suck it up and do it.
I don't know. Yeah, that's something in my brain that I like. I need to separate church and state there and just like keep those things away from each other.
That's fair. All right, got another one here.
Hey, Fats. This is Ryan from the Boring Burbs. I'm driving down I-55 in my Mazda. Just had myself a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit from Hardee's. Yum. Get some. I'm listening to Dan and Layla, and I remember the bit Dan did a few years back before he fell down to the late morning show. Him and Hub were talking apple fritters. Dan supposedly found the most amazing apple fritters from some bakery on the north side. But the greedy little leprechaun wouldn't tell anybody what the bakery's name was. So I was hoping that you could make Dan's day, make my day, and all of Fat Nation proud and tell us, what is the name of this bakery with the magical apple fritters? Thanks. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
I'm trying to remember this
There's
story.
a lot in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember this.
A lot in there.
What I remember from the apple fritters is Hub Arkish talking about the awesome ones from 7-Eleven, which are Tallarico Martin.
Right. That's what I
apple
remember
fritters.
too.
Yeah, I think that's what he's thinking of. So the best apple fritters are at, believe it or not, 7-Eleven.
God, remember when they brought them in?
Yes, they're insane.
Oh my God. Like they brought in so many donuts. It was incredible. I think we each had like 3, but kept justifying it to each other. Like, well, it's apples. It's healthy.
Yeah, it's basically a salad.
Yeah.
Yes. So Tallarico Martin, it's not only at 7-Eleven, but 7-Eleven has a contract with them to deliver their donuts. And if you've ever been to Fry the Coop and had the donut chicken sandwich, that glazed donut is also a Tallarico Martin donut. So it's delivered fresh every day. It's not like some thing that's been sitting out forever. But yeah, as far as I know, those are the apple fritters that Dan, I know for sure that's what Hub said. And I think Dan just agreed. I didn't think he had any other special kind of a place that he would get them.
Right. So from my place, if I want donuts in the morning, like on a weekend morning, let's say I'm actually motivated to move, I could go 1 block down. Maybe it's considered 2 blocks. Either way, if I like where my street hits like the first main street that is there. If I go on one side of the street, I have Dunkin' Donuts. It's like connected to a gas station. And on the other side, there's 7-Eleven. So I really am set up well for donuts.
Yeah, you're set. That's a good mix. That's a good combo. All right, let's get to the Ask a Fat emails.
Ask a Fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the Fats.
The email segment is brought to you by our friends at I Love Fries in Villa Park, 54 South Villa Avenue, one stoplight west of Route 83 in St. Charles Road. They're right next to the 7-Eleven. Not in the 7-Eleven. They are next to the 7-Eleven. Go there, try their amazing fries. And people are going to be like, what? This place is a place that just sells fries? That's weird. No. Let me tell you. The things they offer at this place. The last time I was there, I got why am I blanking on the word for what I had? The poutine fries, which was gravy and cheese curds, and it was absolutely unreal. And let me tell you about the fries at I Love Fries, and Rick can speak to this too. Mm-hmm. They don't get soggy. They don't get mushy. They withstand the ingredients that are put on top of them and maintain their integrity throughout the entire dining experience. The poutine fries, the masala fries are some of their most famous. The Villa cheesesteak fries, the pork belly fries, the elote fries.
The ribbies and fries is my personal favorite.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. Go to I Love Fries. Again, the address, 54 South Villa Avenue. One thing I love, they've got the Mexican Coke, which is always a sign of a great restaurant. They've also got Gatorade in a can, which I didn't even know existed anymore.
Yeah.
But they sell Gatorade in a can. They've also got the Freestyle machine, which actually has the soda in it. Looking at you, Burger King. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Go to I Love Fries. I promise you, you're going to love it. The menu is completely customizable. Mix and match anything you like. They will make it work for you. The other thing, they are super into maintaining the environment and their carbon footprint. Mm-hmm. Their cups, their dishes, everything from their silverware to their napkins to their to-go boxes are compostable. They grow their own herbs and spices there that they cook with. So it's really a great place doing great things. It's not just about the food. It's about lowering your carbon footprint. They're super committed to that. So go visit them, 54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park, Illinois. I don't know if I had to say Illinois, but I did because, we have out-of-state listeners. All right, you got there an email, Tubby?
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's one of those days, man.
I know, right? Like today, we so rarely ever have like issues of like, okay, let's just like get through this, whatever. Today feels like a slog.
Yeah.
If there ever was one.
I need a new week.
Dude, how about it?
Yeah.
All right. First email is from Blake. Got into an argument over Tom Tom tamales. Good or trash? I think they suck and can't stand when people claim it as a Chicago staple because they're trash. What's your thoughts?
They are a Chicago staple because they used to not be trash, but they have changed something and they're not good anymore. I think this happens with a lot of places. I think places have stopped using lard to make their food. And I know it sounds gross or whatever, but like that's what makes things good.
Yes.
Like lard is very, very tasty when used correctly. I've said the same thing about Twinkies, where it used to be a lot sort of the cake would be a lot more moist back in the day, and you're having the same problem with the corn on the Tom Tom tamale, where it's kind of crumbly and dry. It used to not be that way. They used to be a lot more the corn area of the tamale used to be a lot more moist and would hold together better. So it's just a better all mouth feel. But it's dropped off. I don't know if they got bought. I don't know if they changed the recipe, but they're not nearly as good as they used to be. However, I will tell you, if you're looking for a great fast food tamale, Portillo's tamales are excellent.
Yes, they are.
They are probably twice the size of a Tom Tom, and it's the same taste of what the good Tom Toms you remember used to be. So I'd love to know what changed with Tom Tom. I'm going to assume they got bought. Somebody got bought and they probably cut, it's too expensive to make these. Let's just do it this way. We've got all these contracts with these neighborhood, hot dog stands, and they're not going to get rid of them. So let's just cut a corner here. And to me, it shows a lot. Because I used to, that was a go-to. Every time I get hot dogs, I would get a Tom Tom. That was a go-to. And now I'm like, I'll try every now and again. Just give it a shot again. And every time I'm like, it's just not the same. It's not the same thing.
Dude, I'm happy you brought up the Portillo's ones because I was on a binge for a while where like I would go to Portillo's and I would just get like a few tamales and I'd be happy.
Yeah. And just to be clear for our audience, we're not talking about authentic tamales
No.
in the husk, which you can
no.
buy out of a cart in the city. Like, this is different. This is like the fast food, mass-produced version of a tamale, which does not hold a candle to an actual tamale. We know this.
No.
But the good fast food version, you can get a great one at Portillo's. It's awesome. And a pretty cheap, I think.
Yeah, I forget. It's been a minute since I've gotten one, but
maybe like $2.50 at the most.
I think so. Well, you know what? Next time I go, I'm gonna get one.
Yeah, report back.
And by one, I mean probably two.
We got an email here from Matthew. He says, has anyone tried the new sandwich from Popeyes with the hottie sauce? It's the Megan Thee Stallion sandwich. I saw the ad for this.
I love the trend now of like random people getting meals or sandwiches to help sell them at fast food joints. I think it's hilarious.
It's great. What was the one? The BTK? Not BTK. Is that the Korean band?
BTS.
BTK. Okay, yeah. BTK is the serial killer. BTS is the.
You
it's
did
the
that at
K-pop.
the
I know.
time,
I'm sorry.
too.
I listen to too many true crime podcasts.
Right.
BTK.
Captain News over here just can't lighten up.
BTK is the most detestable serial killer of all time. Just awful piece of crap, nerd loser, dickhead. Okay, anyway, I did see the ad for Popeye's Megan Thee Stallion sandwich, and I do believe there was a sandwich in the commercial, but I missed it.
Yeah, I did not recognize the sandwich. However,
I did. It is like a thicker, which is appropriate, sweet glaze looking
how
sauce.
many C's would you say there are there?
On
the sandwich.
On the sandwich, I would say at least 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. We won't.
That would make it probably combine 9 C's on the commercial. Because they showed a sandwich a few times, Rick.
Right. Of course.
What else would I have
3
meant?
times 3 is 9.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to pretend. She is just unbelievable. Did you see her Halloween costume? She went as Pinhead from Hellraiser.
No.
These rich people in her Halloween costumes are amazing. Did you see Blake Griffin was Batman and his girlfriend was the Penguin?
The Penguin, yes. That one was, or no, was that Blake or was that Brooke Lopez?
Oh, it was Brooke Lopez. You're right. You're
Okay.
right. It was Brooke Lopez. Yeah, that's a good I was going to respond. Which one's Brooke? But
yeah,
that's not funny. It's a dad joke.
Right. Also, very surprised Brooke Lopez was willing to do anything non-Disney for a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
It really goes against the family trend.
I remember when Brooke and Robin were coming out of the draft.
Mhm.
Was it the same year? Yeah, because they're twins. I'm an idiot.
Yep.
I'm
No,
smart.
you're good.
And there was a story in SI about their like Disney obsession.
Oh, yeah.
And I like closed the magazine and like slowly pushed it away. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm good.
Wasn't that where there was a story where they like skipped practice one day at Stanford and like rode in the back of someone's like not near large enough car to have 2 7-footers in the back, and they rode from like Palo Alto down to Disney, which was like not an insignificant drive.
Yeah. There's me and Hope have this there's theory where there's 2 types of people we don't trust. Disney adults and people that don't like cheese.
I can vouch for at least one.
And I know, there's varying levels of Disney adult.
Right.
Like I still like a lot of Disney stuff. I would like to go to
Sure.
Disney World. I would enjoy it. But there's some people that make it like their entire lives.
Yeah.
And that to me is a red flag.
Yeah. Do you know who Robin Lopez plays for right now?
Hold on. The Nuggets?
Keep with the theme.
Oh, the Magic?
The Magic.
Oh, convenient. He's
Yeah.
like, please sign me. I'll play for anything.
Right.
I'll play
It's
for.
like-
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
And that team is awful. So he went there just for lifestyle's sake.
For Disney access. Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
do you?
Yeah. Whatever makes you happy, man.
Whatever makes you happy.
But I was just sort of like, when I read that SI piece, I was kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on.
Yes, there really is.
Yeah. All right. We got one more here. This is from our buddy Lance. He says, does anyone ever say, man, do I have a taste for nougat when pondering candy bar choices? Lance, this feels like a personal attack on me.
Yes.
What I like about nougat is the texture. It brings everything together very, very well, and it gives you the marshmallow sensation. So, yes, I do have a taste for nougat. Dick?
I actually enjoy, like every once in a while. So sometimes when I go over to my mom, she'll almost always have like a thing of fun size Three Musketeers that she keeps in the freezer.
Oh, I love
that. So then like when I come over, you know, because I'll go over there like once a week or so, and I'll go over there for dinner and, you know, whatever. And then after dinner, my mom will be like, hey, you want a Three Musketeers? Okay, sure. So I'll have like a fun size Three Musketeers that's been in the freezer.
Nice.
And it's awesome.
I always remember my grandma's house, my dad's parents, they always had a ton of candy in their freezer. It was like just filled top to bottom with, you know, Snickers, Reese's, Milky Way, Three Musketeers, whatever. They would just dump frozen candy in the freezer. So me and my cousins would alternate between that and Rosangela's Pizza, which they would always get to have food for everybody. Because every Sunday or Saturday... Oh, sorry. I'm like way off here. There we go. My bad.
There we go.
But they would always... Because it was 10 kids. They had 10 kids. And then their kids would bring their kids over. So there'd be like 5 pizzas sitting there. And we'd all just like kind of graze. I'll have 2 pieces now and then come back and have some candy. So forever in my life, anytime I would eat chocolate, I had a taste for like specifically Rosangela's, but any sort of like Italian food, like tomato sauce, like those 2 things were synonymous for me. And I finally have grown out of that, but it was well into adulthood where if I had chocolate, I needed something like that and vice versa.
Interesting.
Yeah. That could be why I'm fat. I'm going to offer that up.
You know. Okay, so candy that is improved most by being frozen. I think there's a clear answer here.
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I know you don't like Reese's peanut butter cups, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind. What do you got?
Charleston Chew.
How? Oh, because it just becomes like a breakable thing?
Yeah. It's almost more like if you think about toffee.
Yeah.
It's much, dude, Charleston Chew. Like, I don't think Charleston Chew is bad normally, but you put that thing in the freezer and that's next level.
I'll see it. If Addie gets any for Halloween, she will not be mad to give it to me because she probably doesn't know what it is. I will try that. That makes a lot of sense. I like that idea.
That's how I was introduced to Charleston Chew, was from it being in the freezer. Because I don't know if it was something that like my grandparents kept around or whatever, but like my mom was like, yeah, Charleston Chew's like a freezer thing.
So I haven't had it in a long time. It's chocolate with like a strawberry filling, right? Like a strawberry taffy almost.
I mean, there's different flavors.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a flavored nougat essentially.
Oh.
So there's like a chocolate one, there's a strawberry one, and there's more of just like a vanilla-ish one.
All right, I'll try that. I'll have to be on the lookout for Charleston Chew.
Yeah, dude, Charleston Chews are good, man.
Oh yeah,
I get that they're viewed as much more of like an old-timey type candy, which I get. But like, I'm telling you, throw those in the freezer and you're cooking with gas.
Look, all the things that are, well, for the most part, not all, but a vast majority of candies that are reserved for old people, Charleston Chews. Last week we talked about Werther's Originals.
Yes.
They're all really delicious.
Yes.
There's a reason they've been around for a long time. So, all right, cool. That's my assignment for the week.
I'm on the Tootsie website, and I'll just read their about section on the Charleston Chew.
Okay.
Chewy flavored nougat wrapped in a rich chocolatey coating have made Charleston Chew an American favorite since its launch by the Fox Cross, I can read, I promise, Candy Company in 1922. Named after the Charleston, a popular early 20th century dance, the bars are available in strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla flavors. They're frequently enjoyed frozen. I didn't even, wow. See? Told you.
Cool.
Offering the classic Charleston Chew crack, as folks love to break them into small pieces prior to eating and snort them. Charleston Chew joined the Tootsie family. I made that up. Joined the Tootsie family in 93. 5 years later, they introduced the minis, single-serve boxes of bite-sized full flavors of the original vanilla Charleston Chew.
You got some of that Charleston Chew crack? I'm itching my neck. I don't know if it's coming through.
Yes, it is.
All right, good. Oh, Lord. All right, let's wrap it up. That was a good show.
All right.
Once again, we don't have much to talk about. Hour 3.
Yes, of course it ends up being that way. All right. Follow us on all our social medias at I'm Fat Pod. I'm fatpod@gmail.com. Patreon, check that out. TeePublic, there's like always sales going on, so just keep an eye out for that. The link is in our link tree. Call the Fat Phone, 708-858-3314. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe again to help us out with the ye ol' algorithms. Rate and review the podcast. We've been lacking a little bit on the ratings and the reviews lately, so anybody who hasn't done so, please feel free to do so. And check out our sponsors, Charlie's Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Fredo's Culinary Kitchen, and I Love Fries. For Jay, I'm Rick. This is the I'm Fat Podcast.
All right, I think we got a lot accomplished here today.
Bet with your friends on WynnBET Sportsbook today using promo code BlueWire to get up to $1,000 toward a risk-free sports bet. Sign up now at WYNNBet.com. Offer subject to change, terms and conditions at WynnBET.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBET is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.